It's a miracle. I got in. Goodness gracious, that was not easy. Boop. It's going to wait a few seconds. I was going to be on. I was going to be actually early today. So I'm very sad. But let the show begin. Welcome to Real Talk with Angry Soccer Mom. And had a little trouble getting in today. It's been a while, but I am hopefully here. So welcome to anyone who is around. Please say hello. This show is meant to be interactive. Like I talk less, you talk more. We'll have phone calls later on. Welcome. I'm so happy to have people here. The live show discussion topics, as always, include anything you feel is newsworthy about anti-racism, bigotry, inequality, and corruption in America. And that covers pretty much everything, sadly, at this point in our history, and probably all of it. The show's meant to be an opportunity for viewers to speak their mind, but also to serve as an educational tool and cultural competency with a focus on learning the truth about systemic racism in America. So if you are watching, I am going to just look right here. I do not have any chat going on. So let's see what's happening. Let me see. Big Red, welcome. Yay, now I can see Rick. Hello from Indiana. Thank you for being here. Wonderful. We have lots to talk about, and I want you involved. What you have to say matters. Oops, fan off. That was my fan because I was sweating it up because I couldn't get on. Now the fan's off. I want to know what you think. You do not have to have a PhD. You do not have to be somebody famous. Your opinion and what you think matters. So I'm here to hopefully be a platform to spotlight that. I have a few announcements and we will get going. I wanted to first thank everybody who helps me to stay on top of the, maybe 1 hour news cycle. It just kind of goes over and over again. I can't keep up. I don't know who can. It's really kind of sad. It speaks to where we're at in this country, big time. You can get a hold of me there. T, yay, welcome. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy you're here. I have been really sick for the last maybe 8 days or so. So I have not been around at all. But I thought it was COVID. I was freaking out, but it's not. I mean, at least according to the test, it wasn't. And I'm getting better. Later on, if you would like to call in, I would absolutely love it. The number is right here. And okay, a little. I did a couple videos this week, and thank you, T. I am too. I'm actually going to put this on a little bit. I did a few videos this week, and some of them, I don't know how else to put it. Yeah, I have no idea. But, oh man, was I sick. But anyway, I'm getting better. 2 of the videos I did, I thought were really informational and important, but I didn't really get a lot of people watching them. So I was kind of bummed. And, I was thinking maybe my thumbnails weren't very good but I was way into them. So I'm hoping everyone else is. So one of them, I compiled this presentation, which attempts to explain mine are always attempts to explain, shed some light on the process by which the Republican Party came to switch over, but even more than that, how they became so extreme. This extremities that the extreme behavior that they've been showing since, Trump's arrival. I think he might have obviously, given people permission to speak more candidly than they would. It's always been here. But there was a time long ago where the Republican Party was not really known as the party of pure hatred. At this point, that's kind of what I call them. So check out that video. It talks about Barry Goldwater. It talks about a whole bunch of concepts that are really important for us to know when we try to explain to people what's going on, if we can even. So tonight's topics I have for you are Ted Cruz, critical race theory, the Ronald Green cover up, and the ludicrous GOP opposing January 6th commission. God, don't even get me started. I think I'm losing my mind here. Ronald, thank you for being here. Yay. So if you want to call in later on, go ahead and go for it. Hey, Dave, welcome. There's something I needed to bring up that I guess I just really haven't heard too many people talking about, but okay, I'll just say it. What is everyone so freaking afraid of this mob boss Trump that now he runs our country? Let me say it one more time. Is everyone so fucking afraid of the mob boss Trump that he now runs our country and just kind of from afar? I want to know, because I don't hear people going, seriously, he's running the GOP. I mean, all I can think of is that everyone's pretty much afraid of him because he's, him. For me, the elephant in the room has been that this corrupt, inhumane man is still running our country. He's running the Republican Party. Rick says, I don't get it either. Chief Editor says, Kim, I don't get the Trump worship thing. I don't get it. The man's a freaking monster, right? He's not a monster for just what he did as president. He was a monster way before that. Oh my God. So, Dave, I hope that Black Lives Matter has another rally in Saratoga. Oh, okay. Okay, here's the thing. For me, the elephant in the room is this corrupt man is running our government right now. According to Reuters, 53% of the Republicans view Trump as the true president. What are the color of the skies in these people's world? Oh my God. So that means half the Republican Party is delusional. I don't know what to do or say. I don't even know how to deal with it. What are you going to do? I mean, we have states like Arizona trying to do recounts. Here's a little footnote. Maybe you'll know this already, or maybe not. Here's a footnote. One of the people doing the recounting was identified as being a participant in the insurrection at the Capitol. He was right there in on it all. And he's counting votes for, we have half the nation's politicians supporting a complete and utter lies. How is this not being questioned? People keep telling me, he'll die off. Well, I don't know. He's based on what I think, his level of evilness, I'm going to say he'll live just to be able to accomplish all this. He truly wants to be, Hitler, Roman numeral 2. It just seems to me that people just simply accept this fact that we have a mob boss running half our nation. And I'm absolutely scared. I feel like this is just insanity. I don't know where to go with it. Rick, he has legal problems coming up. Yes. It's just so scary, though, because everybody keeps saying, well, then this might happen. And then it's like people cannot seem to get him. He's circumvented the Constitution, the spirit of it. He's changed the entire, power balance between the judiciary and Congress and what the president's supposed to have. I mean, talk about a power grab. I'm totally freaked out, but I don't see that many other news people freaked out. I don't see news people going nuts and questioning people. They should be all over the news people are who we count on to, this kind of thing. They need to be pouncing on the Republicans, sticking them to, putting their foot to the fire or whatever the expression is. I mean, something, but I'm just not seeing it. I would be like, excuse me, are you fucking kidding me? I'd probably get fired, but I mean, maybe I would be nicer, say seriously, what do you say to your children? My God, do you lie to them too? Or, I'm just saying the bullshit is it's beyond human understanding. And I'm pretty sure our nation's done. I don't mean to be the soothsayer of doom, but I'm just saying, let me see here. T, that's how it's scary how delusional they are. Yeah. Rick, he has the legal problems coming up. I pray. I've never wished for somebody to get in legal trouble. I just wanted Trump out of our lives. He's truly he's the de facto modern leader of the Ku Klux Klan, the modern Ku Klux Klan in the world. I truly believe that. I just hope to hell he gets snapped. We're in the Twilight Zone. If he gets in trouble with the law, then we have a chance. Yeah, it's like our only chance. The man is like an evil genius, but I don't think he's genius. I just think he's rich. One of the worst. I really can't think of any people who have had, maybe a few, but not during my lifetime, who have had worse personal integrity. He truly is a horrible human being. Dave, did you hear of the governor since of Oklahoma banned the teaching of critical race theory? I have had fun trolling his page yesterday. Yeah, I've been following all this, and that's actually one of the topics. Mr. FS Black, welcome. I am legend. Yay. Thank you. I am back, and I'll be back every Wednesday. Thank you so much for being here and supporting my attempt to have a conversation so that white America can listen and learn and hopefully find their voice and at some point understand our real racial history enough to care and use their privilege, their white privilege. Even if you're an impoverished white person, you still have that privilege. There's many, many forms of privilege. We all know this. Economic privilege is huge in America. Hell, our country's like basically capitalism on steroids. It wasn't ever meant to be a lifestyle, but to be an economic policy, but we've been doing it as a lifestyle, a very Machiavellian lifestyle, money over humans, greed over humans, and we all seem to accept it. Not all of us, of course, not people watching, but people, for the most part, white people, they don't really give a shit. And I absolutely get that we're all working so hard to make ends meet and this and that and the other, that it's hard to find time. But I think that we are going to be incredibly disappointed and maybe shocked. I know it's gradual, but white people need to get their ass in gear and start stepping up and doing the right thing. Because the twilight of democracy and Avalon, we are in it. We are experiencing it. We are living it. And I didn't think it would happen in my lifetime. Let me take some comments here. I can get this big enough to see. Sure appreciate everyone's comments. Governor in Georgia too. It's unbelievable. I just did a video on this critical race theory. You guys, critical race theory, and I know most of you know this, AKA otherwise known as our real racial history. It's our real racial history. So I know that they were having a lot of fun trying to whitewash it all for years and years and years. And now they're going a step further. They're making it illegal to speak the truth about our real racial history. So I don't know about you, but this is scary shit. This is really scary. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm just laughing. It's not a theory. It's called the truth. That. Okay. I don't even know where to go with that. It's reality. Okay. So let me take some comments. Well, my governor didn't ban it, but he's strongly against it. Of course. Do you ever notice the people who are strongly against it are the people who are pretty much admittedly, all but ABA, all but admitted Klan members? I'm sorry. See, I no one pays me, so I can say whatever I want. So I can speak the truth. It's kind of fun. Dave, the right-wing argument from the lovely Oklahoma Republican was that they thought it would be too painful for white kids to learn a member of Yeah. Do you know how old? Do you know the study they used for Brown versus the Board of Education of Topeka, Kansas, to make the Supreme Court? They used actual study to have the Supreme Court overturn separate but equal, because separate but equal is not equal. It's bullshit. Way back when in the day. They use the study of little children in the doll experiment. And I know a lot of you already know this. They use the doll experiment with the little black dolls and the little white dolls, asking 3 and 4-year-olds, who's the good doll? I have it on my channel if you want to check it out. It's the most heartbreaking. 3 and 4-year-olds. No, they are not the chosen ones, or at least based on our sick society. Little babies, they know. So why in the hell are little black babies and brown babies having to deal with this? But we wouldn't want our little white babies to actually learn the truth about our real racial history. That might hurt their feelings. Well, I'm sorry. We don't choose white fragility and white feelings over someone's humanity. You know what? Tough beans. That's what I say. I'm not saying you don't go in there in preschool and first grade and be a jackass. Come on. I'm a teacher. I taught special ed and regular ed for quite some time. I spent some time teaching in Compton, California during the LA riots, 4th, 5th grade. I actually know what I'm talking about. You do it appropriately, developmentally appropriate, and that's what all teachers try to strive for the most part, unless they want to be fired really fast. And so all these excuses, Dave, and I know you know this, are just the baloney. It's all just a bunch of lies. It's disgusting. Too painful. It's our history. I'm sorry. The truth is painful. I don't know what to say. When are we gonna start saying that 1 + 1 is no longer 2? Maybe because somebody's feelings get hurt because they want it to be 3 really badly. I mean, I'm just saying this is how ludicrous it is. It's our real racial history, and until white America focuses and understands our real racial past, there is no way white America is going to have a clue about the horrendous problems we have caused as a people that are just killing our nation today. We did this. We don't have a black person problem in America. We have a white person problem. And I'm sorry, I don't hate white people. I just expect better. I expect more from us. This can't be our best, because if it is, we suck. I don't know what to say. Well, I kind of do. I'm just blabbing on and on, but that's all I'm saying. So if you support me, I'm going to jump in with a little plug. If you support me in my quest to try to attempt to educate white America, then please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. I would really appreciate watch my videos, passing people. I think a lot of us have just given up. We've given up trying to get these folks that we love and that we know, our family and friends, to see reason. And I know it's really frustrating, but please don't give up. I mean, maybe you'll be okay, but what about our kids? I don't want my children growing up in a world where my freaking neighbor dies of strep throat because we're so selfish that we won't allow people to get basic medical treatment. I don't want my kids growing up in a world where they have to see police, these people that are supposed to be serving and protecting, being the living shit of people who need help, not to be beaten up. Sometimes they need help. Sometimes they haven't done anything at all. The actual criminal element, sure, you need a police, but that's not everybody. And we're allowing. Okay, so this is the way I look at it. And I promise I will not keep ranting. I promise. Okay, I might have lied. We have this blue line, this blue wall, if you'll put it that way. That's fine. We have a blue wall that everybody knows about. It's common knowledge. People should be in the fucking street screaming, saying, "Are you kidding me?" We allow a culture of police in America where we don't tell anyone, we don't cross that line, we keep everything a secret. We'll talk about the Green case. Oh my God, we'll get into that. But anyway, we knowingly, willfully, as white folks, have allowed a culture of total corruption in our criminal justice in quotes system. So anyway, I'm blabbing. I'm pissed. I can't take it anymore. I don't know about you guys, but I guess I won't know until I read here because I'm sitting here blabbing on and on. Bad me. All right. Let me see. Thank you, I Am Legend. Let me just take everyone's comments. Dave, interesting that he did this just a few weeks to commemorate the anniversary of the Tulsa Massacre. Yeah, it's no coincidence. I know what lies in the hearts of Tulsa. Yeah, I mean, oh my gosh, did you guys hear the testimony? One of the women was the oldest woman to have survived. She was a little girl. I think she was 7 or 8 maybe. And she gave, oh my God, a testimony in front of Congress. And you know what? I'm pretty sure it's not a damn thing they're going to do about it. Because that's what we do. We pretend. But anyway, I will continue to keep reading. Let me see. T. I'm so glad I'm no longer teaching in the school system because I couldn't, in good conscience, go with the whitewashed social studies curriculum. Oh, yeah. I've only lived as an adult in New York and California. So there's a reason, because I don't know how I would handle the lies and the having to adhere to such like dishonesty, just total dishonesty. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, I'm very glad you're out, and I want to definitely catch up with you, T, because I want to hear what's going on with you. Little entrepreneur that you are. I can't wait to hear more. Yeah, you're saying it's not a theory, it's the truth. Critical race theory. Okay, we're all living it, so I just can't stand bullshit. I was raised with a lot of bullshit, okay? No offense to my parents, but I just like honesty, and I don't know what it is. Like, I just can't take it. Let's keep reading here. It's insane that they're trying to make it illegal. I'm highly offended by it. T, absolutely. It's like, this is surreal to me. T, I'm so glad I know. Oops, I already read that one. Keep it going. White feelings over humanity. T, you said it. I'll say it again. White feelings over humanity. Our own brothers and sisters. Because our feelings are hurt because, we don't want to hear the truth. Well, you know what? I'm sorry. Tough shit. That's ridiculous. I'm telling you. Next to 1 + 1 is 3, because, you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings who thinks it's 3 and, even though it's really 2. This is just crazy. It's insanity. So anyway, let me see here. I Am Legend. I heard about Trump's legal issues. We'll see if justice is brought to fruition. I am not holding my breath. The man is so slimy. He's gotten away with murder as far as I'm concerned, but don't get me started. T rant on thank you. I am kind of full of rants today. I honestly, at my end, I don't know. People don't want to learn. They don't care. Not you guys. Obviously, you're here supporting, this conversation, but Mr. F.S. Black, don't be fooled by someone being strongly against something. As Noam Chomsky once said, the most sophisticated form of propaganda is posing as opposition when they really support it. Now, I follow Noam Chomsky. I think he's amazing. And I've followed him when I was in college, he was super old. So he's really super old now. And he is a freaking genius. And yeah, I don't want to say I'm jaded for life, but I kind of am. When I discovered that I'd been lied to via not being told the truth, I waited from age 6 on. I waited to try to figure out what I was seeing that was so wrong. I saw it. I was a baby. I didn't know what it was. I was kind of maybe a slow child. I didn't know what racism was. Nobody told me. I was raised in the era of colorblindness where It's such a horrible thing to be Black that we don't even talk about it. We pretend we can't see the color Black. That's pathetic. All right. Basically, I don't know if everybody knows where that kind of was taken from, but white folks basically commandeered that from, cherry-picked it from Martin Luther King Jr. when he said he wishes for a time, I have a dream and all that, for a time when people are judged by their character and not their color. Well, we jumped right on that and said, yeah. And we took it a whole another length and said, we don't even see it. That's how not racist we are. It's like, damn. Anyway, Mr. Evans Black, I will not. I come as a very jaded person. Thank you, Tian. I am legend. You're awfully kind. Timothy, how can I donate to your YouTube site? I think you're important. Thank you. And you should be paid for this if you're going to support Black people, Black issues. I want to know how to help. Timothy, thank you so much for saying that. That is so sweet of you. I am clearly not in this for the money, since I don't get money from it. And I've been doing it for a long time. So I'm a pretty bad capitalist, I guess you could say it. I would love to do this full time. It would be a dream come true. Absolutely a dream come true. Because this is a very personal issue to me. A very complex and personal issue to me. But it's really hard to get a following. There's a lot of competition with people. And even though I'm a white person doing it, a lot of the corporations and businesses put tons of money into this. So that's up to people who like what I do to pass my videos around, help me connect with people. It's really hard to connect with folks, especially because I'm a white person, but it is for other people too, because the crazy thing is people really shouldn't be listening to me. How would here's the thing. I don't teach Black, brown, and indigenous people a single solitary thing. And if I do, it's just happenstance, okay? Because you see, that's not my place. How would I, as a white person, know more about systemic racism than the people who have to endure it? It's a privilege for me to say, I guess I feel like learning about it today. That's a privilege. Rather than I'm living it. I don't have a choice. I can just pretend like lots of the other white folks that I don't know what they're talking about. Okay? I can be a total bullshitter and be like, huh? What? Okay? Because that's basically what they're doing. Because you know what? When Jane Elliott says to her audience, raise your hand if you'd like to be treated the way we treat Black people in America today, and not a single person in her audience of hundreds of people raises their hand, and it's like a white audience, don't even go there and tell me white people don't know about systemic racism. Apparently, we know a little more than we're letting on. See, I got on a rampage here. Sorry. I apologize. Let me see. Tim, that is a really kind question, and I've thought about starting a Patreon, because YouTube, you don't make any money. I think you have to have like gazillions and gazillions of, I'm monetized, but you get like, I don't know, it's one of my best videos did, oh goodness, 15,000 maybe, and I think maybe 3 cents. I'm not kidding, it's really bad. I don't know the details because I don't really focus on it, but I always thought getting a Patreon was kind of obnoxious because I'm a white person. What am I, making money off of racism now? It's like, but I don't know. I don't know what's morally right or wrong, but I want to do this full time. God, it would be a dream come true for me to put every ounce of my energy, heart, and soul into this, because I believe so strongly that systemic racism is a crime against humanity. It's an ongoing one. It doesn't have to be like this. Life doesn't have to be this way. It's a choice. And I'm sorry, but white folks, we created this. It's our responsibility not to lead, not to get our face on, our picture on Facebook and think we're all cool, but to actually give a shit about our fellow humans. I was watching, and this is totally off topic. Of course, that's me. I was watching reading an article today about Africa and how we allow this image of Africa to be part of our culture. You heard shithole countries. People like that. We have no idea, unless we've actually looked into it, about Africa. Hell, probably 60% of American adults think Africa's a country. I'm talking, it's unbelievable. But anyway, Tim, thank you. I want to start a Patreon. I just feel kind of weird about it. I'm going to have to, I'm going to say it. I got to shit or get off the pot. Sorry, gross analogy or whatever, but I really do, because I'm not going to be able to keep doing this. There's too much information and working. It's insane. And everybody helps me so much, and I appreciate it. But the problem is, white people don't want to listen for the most part, because, oh my God, I'm actually talking about racism and black people. They don't even want to say the word black. We are so ignorant. Yet white people think we know the very, very most about racism. We'll always tell our opinion about racism, even though we know nothing about it. It's insanity. So, it's just a tough thing. But let me shut up here. Take some comments. Thank you, Tim. I'm thinking about it. I don't know what to do. I would love the support, but more than anything, I would love for people to help me get connected. Black people don't trust me. We've earned that. Sorry, white people have earned it. I don't blame them one bit. Yeah, does it hurt me? Of course. But why would a black person, how many years, how many months, how many centuries do white people screw over black and brown indigenous people before they actually go, you know what? I don't trust these people. Well, I don't know for me, but I think a couple centuries is too much. So black people do not trust me. And every black person I meet in person or in, online, I have to start all over with. And that's too bad for me, And white people they hate me. They're too afraid to because they don't want to, sound racist. So they don't want to talk about, it's like, oh my God, I have a beginner series. Please watch my beginner series. It isn't, if I can do this, if I can talk about race and racism, anybody can. And do I make mistakes? Oh God, hell yes. Have I done mistakes where I just cringe and think, oh my God? Yes. And you know what I do? I kick myself in the ass. I feel horrible. My God, I didn't realize, I didn't think. And then I say, guess what, angry soccer mom? It's not about me. It's not about my feelings. I will live, but my brown and black and indigenous brothers and sisters might not. Or at best, their lives will be forever changed because they can't just live a peaceful life. Just walking out the door is endangering them. Hell, staying in their houses too. Anyway, I'm blabbing. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate you very much. I do. You're wonderful. Felicia, hello. Felicia's 3 angels. I was telling my daughter about 10 years ago, Bush had signed a law against that black people, that black people can still vote. Why is that still a thing? It shouldn't have to be signed again. Absolutely. Felicia, absolutely. This is insane. We have allowed, we collectively, a constituency of people who don't know shit from Shinola. I don't know what to say. We are uneducated. It's purposeful. We're kept ignorant. And so the way you have to do it is take it upon yourself to educate yourself. And black people do that. You know why? Because they have to. Or they might die or be beaten or seriously maimed or injured. See, white folks, we don't feel like we have to. The school's responsible for teaching us. They tell us everything. Au contraire. No. Our history right now in most states is whitewashed to the point of insanity, just lunacy. And now we're taking it a step further. So it's pretty bad. Yeah, Felicia, I feel for you. No, of course we shouldn't have to. Of course not. All right. Let me take comments without blabbing, which is almost impossible. Let me see here. JD, hello. I hope you are still here. I've been blabbing on. Tim, $3 a month. That's the going rate, I think. Yeah, you know what? I talked to somebody who knows about this. You can it's kind of Patreon, I guess. I got to look into it. I really haven't. You can give like $1 and then that's like a certain level, $2, $3, and whatever you give gives you special privileges, and even $1 adds up. It's just support for people who want to do this. For me, it would be a dream come true, but I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't stand and watch and just do nothing while my fellow humans are being abused. Our country is going down, and a lot of it has to do with the white folks are so fixated on being racist and seeming cool that we are off our freaking rockers. And we don't realize we're not going to have the American dream. Give me a break. The wealthiest elites are laughing their asses off at us because we uphold the status quo by blaming Black and brown indigenous people and immigrants for all our problems. And this has been going on forever. This is not new, but we do the dirty work. So they're like, thank you, white America. I have a couple videos on this, a couple hundred. Anyway, I'm laughing because it's pathetic. It's like we're doing their dirty work as we vote for people who allow the richest, wealthiest people to have a tax break, the richest, wealthiest people to not pay taxes. Their secretaries pay more in taxes. I mean, this is insanity. We don't have universal health care. We're the only Western nation that doesn't. In fact, we're the only wealthy nation in the entire world that doesn't. Yeah. We incarcerate people to make money off of them. What the actual fuck is wrong with us? I'm sorry. I'm very real. Maybe that's why, people don't want to listen, or I don't know. I'm just saying the truth. Okay, I said I wouldn't go on a rampage, but then there I go. Mr. Evans Black. It makes me cringe whenever I hear a closet racist white folks bastardize Dr. King's words. Oh, yeah. And we do it all the time because we are entitled, because we're white. And the whole I don't see color raising kids in an era. Honestly, I'm sure white folks didn't purposely do it, but once a movement started and it's been commandeered, it's really hard to go backwards. And because we live in a culture that is based, number one, on white supremacy and capitalism now on steroids, not just as an economic policy, but actually a lifestyle, we're going down. It's over. So this is really, really sad. I honestly, let me see. Where was I? Yeah, Mr. Evans Black, it's pathetic. T, don't focus on getting a big following. Focus on pouring into the ones that already follow you, even if it's not that many yet. Thank you. Well, T, part of my problem is, and that's great advice. Something just smashed over there. I hope everyone's alive at my house. Part of the thing is, my ass got kicked by Facebook because I had a really decent following of people who were active and supportive, and for years I felt like I was really making just person by person, one person at a time, just trying to help people through the extreme learning curve that is learning about anti-racism for white folks. It's a lifetime venture. We're never going to get there. We don't declare ourselves woke. Give me a break. That's arrogant. You don't say that's like saying how great you are or something. No, it's based on your actions and your behavior, not on words. Words have nothing to do with it. It's your behavior over time is what shows you, and that's it. And so it's just a really tough thing because I had I was very pleased with how things were going. And then I got kicked off Facebook for life, which I always talk about. I'm not saying, oh, poor me, but I had to start all over. And thank God a few people followed, but not too many. I don't know. People don't want to switch venues, I guess, or I'm not sure. But anyway, enough about me. But thanks. I do focus on that. But also, for me to be able to do this for like full time, I got to figure something out, because I'm killing my family, because this is all I do. But anyway, enough about my problems. Okay, let me see here. But thank you for all your suggestions. Everyone's wonderful. Okay, 14 years old. Thanks, Felicia. T says, think through it. I am Legend. Like this video and subscribe. Thank you, I Am Legend. I appreciate you so much. Okay, I'm going to blab through this. Timmy, I need more of whatever you got. And you need to be able to go to that interview with the NAACP. You need to go in there to do interviews with Trump community. It takes money. I would love to. And the thing is, I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not the most articulate. I'm not the smart. I'm not the sharpest of all knives in the drawer. But I care so freaking much. And it's from the heart. And don't ask me why. I wouldn't wish this upon too many people, because this is a powerful, powerful system. Much, much bigger than any individual. And I'm nobody. And I care so much. And it's helpless. I can't imagine how Black, brown, and indigenous people feel. I just can't imagine. It's, even if you're extremely wealthy and you've been able to make it in America, you still have to wonder if somebody's around the freaking corner who just decides that they don't like you because you have more active melanin in your skin than they do. It's like, that's messed up, people. This is crazy. Tell me what thinks, Tim. You're so funny. You're very sweet. But yeah, Tim, you're like business minded. This was never a business for me. But thank you. I appreciate you very much. Mr. Evans Black, there's Trumper, Discord, Buffer, etc. Plenty of social media options outside of Facebook and YouTube. Yeah, I just got to learn about them. Thank you so much. Anyone want to give me lessons? Aren't I nice? I'm not like an idiot, but I'm really bad with technology. I gotta say, but thank you so much, Mr. Osler. Rick, what did you think when Kamala Harris said that America was not a racist country? It was more what I felt. Like enraged. I joke about being angry soccer mom, because this is not a world I want for my children. It's never what I thought things were going in the right direction, etc. But I was enraged. There are no words to say. There are no words. Just, let me just go back. I'm going to get through everybody. Thank you so much. That's a great question. See, the bottom line is I shouldn't be up here talking. I should have a guest on every single show doing most of the talking. But most of my friends are too afraid, and my colleagues that are really into this, they're too afraid to come on because of the repercussions. And I don't blame them one bit. I get death threats. I've gotten death threats. I've gotten, everything. But you know what? I have white privilege, and it does make a difference. I don't blame anybody one bit. Let me see here. Thanks, Mr. S. Black. And thank you, Rick. That's a great question. I don't want to say, because I'd probably get kicked off YouTube for saying it. Good question. Felicia Three Angels, how was a hate crime bill signed for Asian people but not Black people too? Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you, Felicia. I am an equal opportunity person who I absolutely uphold and will support and stand up for all folks who are in historically marginalized groups. But that was, I'm sorry, I'm just going to say it. That was a freaking slap in the face. What a slap in the face. Yes, Asian abuse has gone up horrendously, and it's terrifying. Okay? And that should be absolutely stopped. But for the love of God, Black people are still being abused continuously and in the worst, most racist, systemic ways. It's like, how about we see? Here's the thing. I'm just going to say it. We have answers. We have solutions to systemic racism. We don't want to use them. I'm just saying. It's true. I'm sorry to be like the person who's speaking the truth here, but we have solutions. We have things that work, but white people don't want to use them. It's called white supremacy, racism. It's disgusting. This isn't some like thing like, oh, we just don't know the answers. Let's do a study. No studies. No. We just don't want equity for our Black and brown brothers and sisters. It's pretty fucked up. We're sick. Okay, so I'm just saying, this is not a case of like, oh, we don't know what to do. Oh, yeah. Yes, we do. We don't want to do it. That's what it's a case of. So, blah. I'm blabbing again. Great question. Felicia, you triggered me. It's not hard to do. Oh, my God. No, I totally. There are try other social media platforms. You're going to laugh. I went on what's it called? TikTok. But you can only do like 1 minute things. And you know me, I blab and blab and blab. It's just terrible. And I've also tried to go on Instagram. I'm on Instagram. And if you look at any video I put on, you'll see like all the things that I've been doing. But it's hard to keep up and get them all connected. And, you know, it's hard. It's hard to keep up. Plus keep up with the news. Plus try to do the live shows. And plus, you know, it's just crazy. But I'm not complaining. I'm just, you know, it's a choice. I want to do this, but it's tough. You guys are so wonderful. I can't even. Oh my gosh, Felicia, Kamala Harris doesn't care either. Yeah, I don't understand. Wow, no comment. I mean, yeah, Mr. S. Black, Rick Lightborn. I've never trusted. Kamala Harris, her history of locking up Black citizens at disproportionate rates here in California is proof that she works for the left wing of white supremacy. Yeah. She had a very troubling past to begin with. And it's just really tough. God, we need real leadership of people who get it. People who just get it. Not inhumane people, not people who kind of get it, but people who get it. And they truly love their nation enough to help these flawed but brilliant founding fathers who made up this experiment. Obviously, many of them could not uphold their own freaking values, but they knew that they made a constitution that can change and grow with the people. But it might be too late because you know what? The people have lost their freaking minds believing all this lies and QAnon and oh my God, don't even get me started. But it's just really, we're at a very, very scary time. It's really quite scary. Like you need me to tell you. Mr. Russ Black, yeah, I don't know what to say. Felicia, people don't care about racism until it happens to them. Absolutely. They don't care until it happens to them. Well, you know what? That is why I'm here to say that it's way past time for white America to take some racial responsibility. Step up to the plate. Not to be a hero. Oh, yay, I saved the day. No. Way too late for that. Whoa. No. Not to get their picture on Facebook and show how cool and woke they are, but because we are human beings and these are our fellow human beings. And systemic racism is a crime against humanity, an ongoing one. And it's cruel and it's sick. It's torture and it's wrong. And we have a lot of rough things going on in this country, a lot of bad things. But right now, white America is being played the fool. At least a good half of us are. We're being played the fool. And you know what? We do it for free. It's just disgusting because we think maybe someday, maybe we too can get rich like all those really rich people that we bow down to. Well, you know what? I want someone rich in personal integrity. I want someone rich in humanity. I want someone rich in caring about our fellow humans. Sorry, this nation's just gone too far. Okay, Mr. Evans, you got me. Everybody's triggering me today. Aren't I lovely? Okay, Felicia, you triggered me again. Have you ever thought, just news, just news. Hi, welcome. Thanks for being here. Have you ever thought about writing a book? Oh, yes, I have. In fact, one of my books is 75% written. And it's a very simple explanation, like 9 chapters of basically explaining how white folks have been played the fool, how we've been played the fool, and we're perfectly willing to continue doing it. And then I started thinking to myself, and I'd love input on this. I started thinking to myself, white folks need to hear this from the people living it. They really do. I don't teach brown, black, and indigenous people anything. That's not what I'm here for. That is so out of my lane, it is not even funny. Okay? How in the world, like I said, would I know more about how to solve the problems that white America created purposefully, knowingly, to this hour? We're still doing it, than a person who's lived this. So what I really want to do is find folks that I know a ton of them already, that write about this and blog about this, that are black and brown, indigenous, and even white folks who are very, very well educated in this area. And I want to collect people's writings. Collect people's writings so that history can have a collection of people who lived through this. Because this really is the second tier of the civil rights movement. Because people think that 1964, everyone was dancing in the streets. Are you kidding me? It barely passed. I mean, people were fighting it like racist psychos. I mean, oh my God. 1964 was no party. If you read history, it was horrible. But everyone who we learn in school, yay, civil rights. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. It was fought for. It was fought for. And I don't know that we've changed even an ounce. Yeah, sure. A lot of white people know about this now, but how many more white people are willing to learn about it, care about it, stand up and use their privilege to stop it and to educate us all about how the wealthiest elites are taking us all down? If, like Michelle Alexander says in her book, The New Jim Crow, which is a great book, I think, the worst fear of the wealthiest elites is that black, brown, and indigenous people and white Americans, all these Americans, get together and say, you know what? We have a similar plight. We're done with this bullshit. And get together and start actually running the country. And I don't think it will ever happen. Personally, I think it's too late. I think our oligarchy or our democratic republic it's too late. Things have gone too far. The spread between the wealthiest and the middle class is gone. I mean, it's a joke. But anyway, I will shut up. I want a collection of people's writings, their words. Not just anyone who writes anything, but I'm talking, like I have about 120 subjects that I want to cover, and I want people to just give I want your voices, not mine. And I know it sounds goofy and silly, but that's my idea for writing a book. Because my voice, sure, I can use my white privilege and I can learn, I can educate, but I do not live this. And no matter how entrenched I am in it, I will never know the true feeling. And white folks need to know the feel. They need to know what it feels like. Because most white Americans that are adults don't have a single close friend who isn't white. So how in the hell would they know about the plight of Black, brown, and indigenous people in our country? They wouldn't. They get it from the media. Oh my God, that's terrifying. All right, let me take some more comments. So thank you, Justin. Just News. Yes, I have thought about writing a book. I just want to do this so badly, but it'll take a lot of trust. It'll take a lot of trust. People have to trust me that I'm going to take their writings and respect it and, put it out there. And I have nothing to give them back other than the hope that someday their words will be read. And I think that's really important. People who are living it now, you don't have to be famous. You don't have to have a PhD. Your feelings matter. And you're living this. And it's been one heck of a, I can't even imagine. E-books are good. Regarding, okay. Dave, not that it's related, but did you hear Texas signed a gun bill that no longer requires background? Yes. Ay. Yes, I did. Is that really true? I read one article. I didn't look into it. But let me keep taking, yeah. And it's all related. It's all related. Let me see here. Dave, I think more Americans are anti-civil rights than in 1964. I fear that we are in for another revolution very soon. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly think that there won't be a revolution. We'll just fold like, a deck of cards. Like people, I think our democracy, our oligarchy, or whatever you want to call it, is over. We're in the twilight of our democracy, like Anne Applebaum says. It's the name of her book. So let me see. T, collection of people's writings would be great. Thank you. It's kind of a strange concept, but I know so many great writers. If they would trust me, and they're writing on Facebook, and I looked up all the legal stuff, and you don't have to have permission, but I would only do it with permission. Take someone's writing and publish it. My dream would be to get just a whole bunch of different opinions on each subject by the actual people who live it. That would mean a lot to me. It would mean a lot to me. Let me see. Divide and conquer. Yeah, Rick. Oh, yes. T, I have a friend who's an author who shares her friends and clients' writing in her books. Interesting. Thank you. Just News. That's kind of my idea right now, but so that they will get the message, you can tell it as a story that they can insert themselves into, and at the end show that it's actually how Black and brown people are being treated. Right. And you know what? I'm not saying that the book that I wrote is bad. It's written at a very low level. Starting, actually, I don't even start too historically back. I start with Rodney King riots and what happened to him. And then I dip into history and how all this has come to be, with the introduction of cell phones as a great way to record. I happened to have been a teacher in Compton at the time. So yeah, thank you for great suggestions. And let me see. T, things I have written are shared in my friend's books. That's the bulk of her books, other people's writings. Oh, that's cool. Thank you. I want it to be special from people who are not afraid to passionately explain what it feels like to be a Black or brown person in a society based on white supremacy, built on and based on and rewarded upon, white supremacy. So that's kind of what I want to do. Les, welcome. Yay. I'm so glad you made it. I'm going to keep going with part of my stuff and just jump right in at any time. I was talking about, this elephant in the room, and I'm going to move on from that. But we have, like I said, one of the people doing the counting, the new recount in Arizona, there's a big picture of him. He was at the insurrection. Yeah, nice. I mean, this is just ridiculous. We have half our nation supporting complete and total lies, and we have half of our politicians supporting complete and total lies. So how is this not being questioned? How is Donald Trump running the GOP when he's not the president anymore? When more than 50% of the Republicans believe that he won. Oh my God, what are the colors of the skies in the worlds of these people? I don't understand. So anyway, it seems to me that the American people just have lost their minds. I guess Liz Cheney voted to impeach Trump, and now she's being punished and lost her position. We have scores of voter suppression acts all over the place. Republicans are trying to ensure that the investigation from January 6th does not occur. Republicans are trying to screw with the George Floyd Reform Act. Republicans are trying to stop the John Lewis Voting Act. This nation is out of freaking control, and I, for one, believe my worst fears are being realized. Our democracy, our oligarchy is over. And I think it's all just too late. Don't hate on me. I'm just saying what I think. That is my opinion. We have Biden in name, but Trump in fact still. This was my worst fear. I'm going to go, now that I'm blabbing, I'm going to talk really quickly about the January insurrection. I want to share something from the Washington Post. It's an opinion. It's just a really quick opinion thing section. Most 5 ludicrous GOP excuses for opposing the January 6th commission. Now, personally, my opinion of course, they oppose the January 6th insurrection, white supremacist insurrection. Of course they do, because, maybe they encouraged it. I don't know. Maybe they were in on it. I mean, I don't know. But I'm thinking that we got corruption like there is no tomorrow. And we always knew that, but I think this is a whole nother level. So here's 5 of the most ludicrous excuses, and they're all ridiculous. So I'll go fast. The commission is too partisan. Senator Tommy Tuberville of Republican Alabama says he'll oppose it because he has to oppose it until they make it bipartisan. But the commission would be bipartisan. It would already be evenly divided. So yeah, right, liar. Okay. Number 2, the timing is all wrong, says Senator Roy Blunt, from a Republican from Montana. It's too early to examine it. Too early? What the actual you-know-what? Okay, another like horrendous. It's kind of strange. It's been like 5 months, has it been? Number 3, the commission has been hijacked by politics. We had an insurrection where white supremacists broke into our Capitol building saying they were going to go kill Congress people and the vice president, trying to stop the election from being confirmed. For the love of God, it doesn't get more political than that. Senator John Cornyn, Republican of Texas, insists that the commission has been hijacked for political purposes. Oh, please. I'm so sorry. Number 4, the commission should also focus on police protests. I'm sorry. That is the most ridiculous thing on the planet. Chuck Grassley, a Republican of Iowa, claims that the commission's scope should include what happened in Portland and Seattle. It's like, you know what I say to that? Shut the you-know-what up. Give me a break. Oh, my God. It's. I don't even want to go there. I will get nasty. Number 5, other existing commissions should be the ones doing this. Okay. In other words, does anyone find that this is kind of telling that so many of the Republicans are the ones who oppose this investigation into the January 6th attacks on our Capitol from white supremacists? This is crazy. These people are potential witnesses, for God's sakes. to what the former presidents did, done, is doing. Their testimony could answer a lot of questions. This is crazy that we are getting people to vote on whether we should be honest. But you know what? We are living in an era, a post-truth era. I'll say it again. We're living in a post-truth era. So what should we expect? A post-truth era. Let me take some comments. T. Rogers, I remember when Trump said, I'll be back in some form or fashion. That has stuck with me because I knew he was up to something. Absolutely. Mr. Russ Black, the only thing both sides seem to be bipartisan on is maintaining this white system of white supremacy. Amen, mister. Yep, absolutely. It's the one thing. What did this woman from Italy say? It's the one thing white people need credit for, but we just won't take. We'll take credit for almost anything, but not this. Not the system that we created, that we benefit from and uphold. We don't want us? What? Huh? We don't even want to talk about that. Oh, God, no. We can't. We don't know what to say. Somebody might think we're racist. And I might seem really down on white folks, and I am a white folk, so I don't hate white people. I expect more. This is ridiculous. I'm sorry. These are our fellow humans. And you know what? We love our racism so freaking much that white people go against our own best interest. We're not going to be millionaires. We're not going to make it in America. That's not going to happen. Mahako, welcome. Yay. It's just not going to happen. We are willing to sell our brothers and sisters' human and civil rights for the chance of making an extra buck. That's disgusting. It's disgusting. So it's not like white folks are exactly voting in their own best interest anyway. Systemic racism benefits the wealthiest elites. It does not benefit, other than this false aura of like baloney. It doesn't benefit white folks. It doesn't do anything, makes them feel good. I don't know how they could, but whatever. Carrie back. Yay. Nice to have you. Awesome. Mr. FS Black, you win the comment of the night, because that's the truth. One thing we will not take credit for, but we definitely agree on. We have solutions to white supremacy. We just don't want to use them. And that's disgusting. This nation could have been amazing. This nation could have been, even Thomas Jefferson, one of the most, criticized founding fathers. If you go to Washington, D.C., right on the wall, on his memorial, it is written that he knows that slavery is wrong, and he knows that the Constitution was made so that the people will stop it. Okay? And I don't think that he meant just stop it and that's it, but actually keep it going. All right? And so even he knew. We just don't know our history and we don't care. So anyway, that was my little rant. I want answers. I want the commission to tell me who did this, who gave people tours, who told people where certain senators and politicians were, who organized this. This isn't rocket freaking science. People are blabbermouths about this. It's all over the internet. I want to know who did this, and I want to know which politicians need to be held responsible for it. And I will be enraged if there is no investigation. For God's sakes, the Benghazi, I saw all 9 hours of the trial. 3 people, was it, that died? And yes, those 3 lives mattered. This is our nation's federal government. Oh my God. It's unbelievable. So let me just move on. Okay. So I won't talk about this very much because it's like just going to get me heated up. But Ted Cruz, I heard him today have the shameful audacity to go on TV. And this is what he did. What a hypocrite. Oh my God. He, of all people, has absolutely no business heavily condemning what's going on today, blaming Biden for COVID. Oh my God. Let's be clear. Over the last 14 months, more than 50,000 Texans lost their lives to COVID-19 because of Republicans' inaction, incompetence, callousness, and ascientific lunacy. Ted Cruz claims that the family of loved ones deserves to know where the virus came from. Oh, for the love of God, get off your high horse. I'm sorry. China, okay? China did withhold evidence and did withhold information, okay? Yes, they did. We don't know right now exactly where it was from. There's more evidence that's been uncovered most recently that leads to probably some sort of investigation. But Ted Cruz today getting up on his little pulpit, what a jackass. When coronavirus first happened, there was controversy over this. And there was controversy as to whether it was created naturally or from a lab or what was going on. China was not forthcoming about this, and people didn't know. So people started some conspiracy theories. Well, we don't do conspiracy theories. That's not science. That's emotions. That's fear. That's kind of barbaric, actually. Apparently, new evidence is indicating that this is something that needs to be looked into. Well, so then let's look into it. This is all very fluid stuff. And a lot of people want black or white, A or Z. They cannot handle gray areas. They cannot handle fair to middle, and they can't. Their mind, it's hard to kind of grasp. And so they're so extreme. It's either absolutely this virus created in a lab and it's a bioterrorist, or it was an accident created. No. We either do not look into it, or we look into it and we pounce and condemn China. And it's like, no, the truth is rarely extreme. And we have to get comfortable with gray areas and fluid areas. We didn't know what exactly this coronavirus was. So yes, experts are telling us different things. They're not lying to us back then. They weren't lying to us. They were telling us the best knowledge they had at the time. So we got to just get this whole thing. But Ted Cruz is just laughable, blaming Biden when his own regime leader could have investigated this over a whole year, didn't. I just heard him talking today, and it finally hit me what a disgusting human being he is. People in the Asian and South Pacific Islander community have had enough racism with our own former president being a disgusting racist pig, calling it the China virus and being a sicko, without Ted Cruz being the cheerleader of hate. Shame on him. He has no conscience. He's unbelievable. Biden, by the way, he says Biden's doing nothing about it. What a liar. Biden set a 90-day deadline for more details on the coronavirus origins. So he's not doing nothing about it. But Ted Cruz and his fellow Klan members are spewing lies, and people are listening. Okay, my rant has ended here. And I will take comments, and then we can talk about critical race theory. Let me see here. Obsidian. Welcome, by the way, if you're still here. I'm blabbing so much. Nice to have you. Propaganda, misinformation, and disinformation have always been part of the political welfare. Social media and other platforms have given it a new life. Amen, my new friend. Amen. Abso-freaking-lutely. Excellent point. Now we can spread. See, here's the thing. And I know I've said this a million times, and people know this already. People know this. There was a time, I feel like I'm an old lady saying this. There was a time when we actually looked to experts. People who've dedicated their entire freaking lives to studying certain fields. Now, well, my friend's a jewelry maker, and this is from a video I just put up 2 weeks ago. My friend's a jewelry maker, and she says that, da-da-da-da-da. It's like, I'm sorry. She's not a doctor. She's not even a scientist. I'm not putting down jewelry makers, but she's an expert in her field, jewelry making and art. Okay? We will listen to anyone, and we can zap it all over the world. Zap it all over the world for hundreds of people to see, and we don't even know who said it and who made it up. And I mean, we've got to stick to experts, best practices, science, real history. People. Carried back. That is the first time I've actually mentioned him. So I guess it was kind of building up. The anger was building, I guess. But yeah, thank you, Ascidian. Thank you so much. Your arrogance is only eclipsed by your ignorance. Is that to me, or is that just a general comment? Your arrogance is only eclipsed by it. Yeah. I mean, it's like the Dunning-Kruger effect. It's like, I hate to say it, but the Dunning-Kruger effect is something that is really, really impactful to many of us. It's basically we know so little that we don't even know how much we don't know. We truly believe our opinion is equivalent to the world's foremost expert. And I'm sorry, it's not. It's not. And so maybe that's what you're saying. I'm not sure. T, you're right. What a jackass. Yeah. He's a Carrie Beck says Cruz is a world-class gas bag. Yeah. These people are just unbelievable. How do they sleep at night? What do they say to their kids? Oh my God. It's insanity. I always think I'm just not made to be on this planet because I do not get these people. I don't get how they can live, how they can be okay. But anyway, there we are. Critical race theory. I just did a video on it, and I basically went in my car and did a rant because this is so ridiculous. Dozens of states are banning schools from teaching critical race theory. Okay, AKA our real racial history. Well, you know what? That's just ridiculous. I get it. We're in this post-truth world, but oh my God. It's gone from like bad to worse to worse. I didn't realize it could get this bad. We already whitewashed the hell out of all this, depending on what state you live in. And now we're making it illegal to talk about the truth. Like I said earlier, what's next? 1 + 1 = 3? Because like somebody got their feelings hurt because, they said it was 2 and they didn't want it to be 2. And, God, this is crazy. They're making it against the law to teach our children the truth. This magnanimous insult to reality, it's an insult to reality, is obnoxious on so many levels. I don't know where to start. But by no means is this the first time we have done this. This is what we do in an attempt to thwart free speech and critical thinking. Remember the numerous states that tried to stop evolution from being taught? Science, the best practice of science that we have. Remember that? Or maybe I'm too old. I remember that. Do you remember that? And yet, teaching evolution it's still being challenged. I'm talking about proven science. The theory of evolution. No credible scientist would ever doubt that evolution is a theoretical and practical core of biology and medicine and everything that we use today. And more evidence is emerging daily. Okay? The theory of evolution. Now we have the truth about our real racial history. It's a theory. I don't know why they call it a theory, but it's been around for 40 years. So maybe at first it was a theory, but I'm sorry. Anybody who has their head screwed on straight and is paying attention at all can see this is not a theory. This is called reality. The opposition arises because people mistakenly believe that it's oftentimes religious people that believe that science is inconsistent with religious beliefs. And this has been going on forever. This is not American. This is, my God, Galileo Galilei. I mean, this is just go back in history, and this is what we've done. It doesn't have to be this way. The point of view is so widespread. It's in a rigorous, I'm going to read your study, in a rigorous national survey published in 2008, more than 20% of public high school teachers who taught biology reported experiencing pressure to downplay evolution. It's pretty bad, huh? Even when the laws are found to be unconstitutional by the courts, studies find that these challenges influence teachers' behavior. Even when the courts say, you can't mandate that people don't teach that, give me a break, the teachers get nervous. I mean, whatever, I was a teacher, I could definitely say that. Tell me what you think. About 60% of the people surveyed in this study reported downplaying evolution, covering it incompletely, or just ignoring it. These were biology teachers. Okay, they're allowed to teach it, but they're afraid. I'm just disgusted, but not shocked by the move to silence our real racial history. It's so us. It's pathetic. So now we have people who don't want our real racial history. These are the same people that believe the election was fraudulent, and now they're saying that the insurrection on the 6th was like any other tourist day in the Capitol building. Okay, I'm sorry, we saw it on TV. We saw it on video. Liar says what? Seriously? I don't know what to say. Why are we so freaked out about learning the truth? Science and divinity can be together. Anyway, I'm blabbing. Let me take some comments right here. Dave, Ted Cruz is a very sick man. You know what he said? He asked, why are so many liberals quoting communists? Here's what I told him. I reminded Cruz that the only one quoting a communist was Trump and Steve Miller when they said the media is the enemy of the people. Joseph Stalin. Yeah, and Dave, absolutely. This is like classic. In the day, they would make communist is like the buzzword. Communism and being a communist is this total buzzword. And it was used in one of my videos. It's a video that I talked about earlier because I really want people to see it, because it talks about a very major turning point in our history. In 1964, just after the Civil Rights Bill was passed, the Republican National Convention got together, and people, one of the guys wanted to speak, and he got booed off the stage because they wanted to hear Barry Goldwater. They wanted to hear Barry, and it was amazing. You got to see this video. I wish I could play it. Anyway, I wish I could play it right now. I don't have the stuff up to it, but it's on my, you know what? Maybe I'll do afterwards. I'll put it up here so you guys can see it. It's fascinating. And Fahid Zakaria of CNN did a special on basically the Republicans turning like crazy. And thank you, Governor Rockefeller. Oh my God, carried back. Please come be on the show with me, please, please, please. Governor Rockefeller went on and he wanted to condemn. Thank you so much. I need you. He wanted the Republican Party in 1964 to condemn racism and white supremacy. And they booed him off and wanted to hear one of the biggest lies. One of the biggest lies that Barry Goldwater had to say. And although he did not get elected, what he said was unbelievable. He spoke about the civil rights bill that had just passed as if, yep. Oh, good. You did see that. Oh, yeah. He spoke about it. He said that getting equity in human and civil rights for Black and brown people took away from white people's human and civil rights. What a crock of shit. It's a zero-sum game mentality. It's a lie. But if you say it enough, people want to be racist so badly that they believe it. And that is what he said, and people loved it. What a lie. And that is supposedly one of the very big, like, turning points of extremism on the right. So, let me see. Some comments. So communism is a word that they used to, is thrown around constantly. They called Black folks who were fighting for civil rights communists. It's like, no, we just want equity in a country that says, our Constitution says we should have it. But they love that word. It's ridiculous. For some reason, we love that word. We like to, it's just, Dolman's crazy. I don't really get it, but that's that. T. Rogers, they never want to hurt or offend the white people, but don't care about the harm and abuse of Black people. Our lives in this country don't matter to them. Absolutely. Right. We literally take our feelings, because we have to hear the truth, and that hurts our cute, tender feelings, and value that more than the harm, the death, the trauma, the emotional trauma, the stress of living in systemic racism. Because, it hurts us to think about it. I actually have it's kind of like a meme thing that I put up, and I put these 4 adorable little Black children. They're really like little babies, kind of. They're like 3, 4, 5, 6. And I put it up like probably once a month. You tell them, dear white America, you tell them that, you could have learned about systemic racism and use your white privilege to fight for what's right and to stand up and support real equity, but it hurt your feelings too much. Disgusting. You tell them, because I don't know how to tell them, It's disgusting. Life doesn't have to be this way. It's a choice. Enough of me blabbing, as usual. But T, absolutely. Carried back. Remember the evolutionists? Oh God, they're still trying to win this fact-based argument by just showing up. We got any new information without any new information. Yeah, it's just, the whole thing's crazy. It's, when I think of the church, in Galileo Galilei and his saying that, okay, I hate to break the news, but the sun is the center, not us. And oh my God, kill them, ban them, string them up. It's like science, because the Bible says that, or the religious people say, or whatever. How is this any different? It's not. I'm just saying. T, I'm just beyond livid. Oops, I skipped somebody. Sorry. Carried back. The courts have a national perspective. The teachers have to deal with the parents and school board that live among them. I know, and you know what? It's unbelievable that we have parents speaking up. I don't want my little Johnny or my little Susie to hear that, about systemic racism, because their little feelings will be hurt. It's like, oh my God, don't even get me started. Ay. T, I am just beyond livid. Yeah, how can you deny the inhumanity against a whole group of people like that? I don't know. It's because I think white folks, we don't even see ourselves as white. The book White Fragility by Robin DiAngelo. We don't see ourselves as white. So who cares? Let me see. Oh yeah, no worries, T. I got this. Let me see here. The second biggest lie, the biggest is about 6 months ago. Oh, it was about 6 months old. Are you talking about the insurrection? Wait, January, February, March, April, May. The insurrection? Are you talking about not really winning the election, which he actually did? Garen, welcome. Wait, what? Why are you so angry? Well, I am so angry because my fellow humans are being abused. And a lot of white people don't give a shit. And it's our responsibility. Not to solve the world's problems, but to actually care. It's called being human. Being human. And I don't hate white people, but I expect us to act like human beings. So that's all. So I'm really upset. And I will be forever and a day until systemic racism is obliterated from the face of this planet. Because we don't have to live like this. It's a choice. It's a choice to remain ignorant, willful ignorance. It's a choice to hate someone. It's a choice to hate someone based on how active their melanin in their body is. That's a choice. That's like, oh my God. I mean, honestly, I don't even think people who think that know that. I don't even think but thank you for understanding our pain. Oh, absolutely. It's, Karen, it's the least I can do. It's the least I can do is I'm not a very religious person at all. In fact, I'd say I'm not at all. But we are gifted as humans with this really cool ability. And I'm not trying to be condescending, but it just kills me. The ability to use our critical thinking skills, the ability to be afraid, to be terrified, but not act on it like an instinct. We can say, I'm really scared, but I'm not going to take a bat and smack someone on the head. I'm not going to scream and yell. I'm going to think. Okay, that is a cool thing. It's a gift that humans have. I don't know who else has it. We need to start using it. Racism is a human construct. It's one that we created to benefit us. It's 2021. It needs to end. Okay, it should have ended forever ago, but it needs to end. So that's what I'm here to do. I just talk about racism and hope to hell that white folks catch on. I know, but you know what? I can't sit like a lot of white folks. What they do, Garen, is they well, I'm sure you know this. They just think, oh, it's not my problem, or there's nothing I can do, or I'll just sit and watch. At least I'm not getting involved in it, or But I'm sorry, doing nothing condones. It's a system. We're benefiting from it. It might never end, but for the love of God, I am going to take my last breath trying to stop it. Not because I want to be famous, not because I want people to say, oh, you're so nice, I love you. No. Because I want to take my last breath knowing I did my best to do what's right. It's called being a human. This is not like, I don't get credit for this. No one should get credit for this. If you're white, this is a minimum requirement. A minimum. Okay. It's okay, T. I was going to say, she didn't understand. And we do get a lot of trolls. We get a lot. And they're always like kind of weird. So I hope you forgive her. She didn't mean it. But yeah, I come on to speak the truth. And that's what my YouTube channel is about. So welcome to the show. I do a show every Wednesday, and that's what this is. Thank you. Thanks for being so understanding. T, you're amazing. T is protecting me. Thank you. I appreciate it. We get some really creepy people on sometimes. And you know what? The thing is, this isn't a debate stage. This is a show to talk about systemic racism as a given. So when people come on and they try to debate, I'm like, why don't you want to debate? There's no debate. I don't debate my fellow humans like civil and human rights. There's no debate. It's not a controversial issue. It's our Constitution says that our fellow humans get human and civil rights. So there's no debate. Like people always go, angry soccer mom, why don't you debate a Trump supporter? And I'm like, what would I say? You're a jackass? You're a rotten human being? I mean, what? That's not a debating point. It's like, I can't debate over Like, it's not a debatable issue. It's, yeah, exactly. So you totally get it. I can tell. Thank you. So let me just back it up. Okay, so critical race theory. Oh my gosh. I did a video on it, and I don't know why we're so afraid of the truth. I wanted to read a little bit of an excerpt from a guy who is a teacher right now. And, this isn't like life-changing, but this is what he said. His name is Anthony Crawford. He's a black man, worries for his job because his job might be in jeopardy. For 2 years, he's taught English and creative writing at Millwood High School in Oklahoma City. And since the murder of George Floyd, and I totally look up to this guy. This is exactly what I would do too. So I totally obviously think it's awesome. But so since the murder of George Floyd, he's held intense debates about race and history with his students, which is fantastic for building critical thinking skills and being able to talk and being able to be logical. And yeah, that's what high school kids are supposed to be learning. But a new Oklahoma state law passed early in May, and it's set to ban certain teachings of race, biases, and history. It is going to legally stop teachers from teaching our real racial history. I will say that again for the people in the back. There are laws in a number of states that are passing and have passed that will make it illegal for school teachers to teach real history. I don't know why this just is oh my God. I don't know what to say. So Mr. Crawford expects the legislation will have a chilling effect on his behavior. I mean, what's he going to do? He needs his job. It has to, because this is a quote from him. It has to, because for teachers, you don't want to lose your job. I mean, right. He says, I don't want to talk about this knowing that it could possibly be a lawsuit or possibly make me lose my job. Oklahoma's new law targets critical race theory, a study of the legacy of racism and the history in America's legal and social systems. In other words, our real racial history. So yeah, that. Let me just see comments. Right, you can't debate what is, right? Garen, they don't want to hear the truth, right? They don't. We don't. We don't want the truth because it hurts our feelings. Well, you know what? It's feelings. It hurts people's lives. It kills people. Our ignorance kills our fellow humans. It's disgusting. And I don't know why white people can't figure this out. This is not rocket science. I am not a genius. Okay? I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not. And I figured it out. My God. Ugh. Okay. They just want to erase it, T. Yeah, they want to erase it as if it didn't exist. Well, it did exist. And we are living proof of it. Absolutely. It still does exist. It's the answer to why for many millennia. Yeah, I mean, the answer is the why. T. Let me just see here. Why are cops mistreating and killing Black people? In front of us. Every day there's something. Every day. I mean, thoughts and prayers. I'm sorry. Screw thoughts and prayers. I want laws and action and people fired and training and the breaking down of these sick, depraved systems. So anyway, I'm blabbing on, of course. And yeah, it does answer to why, right? I mean, I don't know what's going to counterbalance the cycle of racism that many, many families uphold their teachings. And it might seem arrogant, but I'm actually doing a video of the 50 things white parents can do to raise children who give a shit about their fellow human. Okay, I'm not trying to be blunt, but I am. I don't know the answers, but I do know things that I've tried to do from studying and from common sense, and that I've tried to do as a white person, a privileged white person, living with mostly white people. what I've tried to do to show my children that people matter. Carried back. Let's face the facts. From K to 12 textbook to action in the halls of Congress, there is a significant faction, i.e. GOP, who want to fake and pretend all of those on video assaults were faked. Yeah, it's carried back. You said it. You said it. Abso-stinkin-lutely. We are now living in, like, what are the color of the skies in your world? And it's surreal. Like I said, I was raised as a little kid with, like, a lot of bullshit, kind of like gaslighting and what? No, I didn't just beat the shit out of you last night. What? Oh, I just didn't smack, So I can't stand it. And I have a special place for it. And when I see the lies, the BS, we saw it on hours worth of video. Don't be so incredibly arrogant to think that we'll be like, oh, okay, you're right. It never happened. It's like, oh my God. Facts and truth and logic have left the central core of our government ethos. Absolutely. Yep. Carried back. When are you going to come on? Please be my partner. I need you. I seriously do, because you're really just good. You're good. Please. I'll beg. I'm not like above begging. Let me see here. Think of the children who are perplexed about not being able to play with a black friend, for instance. This is why it needs to be taught. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. Or they're getting brainwashed by their, overtly racist parents. And when you're little, you just want to play. You don't get it. And in your heart, mommy just said that, but that's my friend. Why? It's a horrible thing to do. Racism isn't good for anybody. Mr. F.S. Black, I think you missed some info I shared up top, a quote that applies to this day. Thank you, Mr. F.S. Black. Let me sneak up there. I'm all over the place, as you can see. Let me sneak back up. And, oh God, I sure did. I don't know how I did that. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out. Mr. Black, Filipino polymath Joseph Rizal once said about his visit to the United States in the 19th century, this country promotes freedom and equality, but only for white people. Wow. The truth is refreshing. Thank you so much for that. Very refreshing. Like the teen who was on video, T. Rogers. Thank you, Mr. Evzelak, for pointing that out. I'm all over the place. Like the teen who was on video trying to talk to her parents about racism. Yes. Are you talking about from the teen? Oh my God. Can imagine how, okay. I think what he's talking about, and I could be wrong, is this video about this little girl she's probably like maybe a freshman or a 14 maybe. She's talking and she has the video on. I don't think her parents know. And her dad's like super, super racist, saying horrible things. He's at home. He thinks no one's, and she's like fighting him. That little kid, how can she ever have respect for her father? Like, I know you love your parents and all that stuff, but do you respect them? My God, she was fighting her own father, saying, you're wrong. You're racist. Stop doing that. Stop acting that way. You're thinking wrong. And it was really, I think people need to see it. I don't think it's gotten enough hits as it should. This kid I would be so incredibly proud to have her as a child. And I hope she realizes that. And her parents were just berating her. And anyway, yeah, that's a really good point. It's on there. I've watched it 3 or 4 times. It's inspirational. This young white girl, I'm assuming she's a teen. I don't know, but yeah. Mr. Ross, I think the quote was from the 19th century and sadly still applies even now. Absolutely. 100%. This problem should have been solved. We know how to solve it. We don't want to. I don't know what else to say. The next topic I have, if you can stand me, it's getting late. Ronald Green, cover-up. I got to talk about that for a second. The Ronald Green cover-up, you guys. A cover-up. Ahmaud Arbery, that was a cover-up. If it hadn't been on video, George Floyd would have been a cover-up. I mean, you guys, this is not bad apples. This is the whole goddamn orchard. This is a historical view of police as slave patrol catchers. And the culture really has morphed but not changed. We have the blue wall or the blue line. Everybody knows about it. There should be riots in the street. When police do something wrong, everybody's quiet. My God, that's corrupt. Yet we know about it and we're okay with it, I guess. I mean, not everybody, but most people, or we wouldn't have it. We need some serious, just deconstruct all these horrific racist systems and build something that's for everybody, humane. A video I did the other day about the lies white folks believe. Check it out. I thought it was one of my better videos, but like nobody watched it. But I did because it was like all these kind of cultural lies that we kind of go with. What do you guys think of what happened to I don't know if everyone knows about it. I'm assuming they do. Ronald Green was murdered by Louisiana police, and that is my opinion. After seeing what I saw in May 2019, the family was told that he died in a car crash. That's sick as hell. If your loved one dies and you're told they died in a car crash, yeah, they forgot to mention after they beat the living fuck out of him. It's like, what the heck? Dave, it was good to see you, Kim. Thank you so much, Dave, for being here. Good night, sweet dreams. And carried back. I'm almost done reading and writing up teaching notes for the Tangled Up in Blue. Oh, yay. Carried back. I heard all about that. Oh my gosh. I heard on NPR radio and then I read an article about it. Can you come on and we'll do a little interview for it, or you can do a talk, or I am not shy to beg. Wow. I was thinking that could be my next book, but like, okay, as you can see, lots of books, 2 writers. Yeah. They say a few bad apples, but the truth is it's the system. Same thing with racism, acting like it's not a common everyday thing. Yeah. We are delicious. So I'll really quickly go over this and then we can say goodnight. So this week, the Associated Press leaked a video. Thank goodness, or to this minute, his family would be. It's a great book, or at least a very provocative one. Well, I am all about provocative books. I would love to have you, tell about it. And yeah, I'm gonna work you over. You're gonna drag you on here. Yeah, I just heard about that book too. I'm reading Elijah Cummings' book. And I'm also reading another book. Okay, and there's the other book too. But okay, the Elijah Cummings book is amazing. It's like he's talking to you. It's like I've already cried twice in it. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm barely like on page 45, and I've already cried twice in it. It's like Jesus. He is so personal in this book, and he tells details about Trump. Oh my God, it's amazing. T. Rogers, racism. Let me just see here. Racism is systemic, and law enforcement is the system of slave catchers, not just a few, right? Absolutely. And like I say, police are the gatekeepers of systemic racism. Always have been. The gatekeepers of systemic racism in America. It's really sad. Carry back. having lived in Baltimore for 8 years, I got to know him well. He is not a legend. He was the real deal. Oh, you know what? I can totally tell. I can just totally tell. He just from the first 45 pages of the book. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I'm like just totally it's just a tear jerking. Like, I believe him. It's like, he's so sincere. It's amazing. It's incredibly, he's so open about it, and it's amazing. So you gotta check it out. God, that's awesome to hear. So this week, the Associated Press leaked. I don't know how, why. I don't care. They did the right thing. The fact that man was talking after the car crash. He was talking and begging for his life. He didn't die in a car crash. He died because people murdered him. And yeah, it pisses police off when you make them go through a high-speed chase. But you know what? That's their job. It's their job to stay in control and to act professional. A lot of professions, people get pissed off. They don't beat the life out of somebody. Sorry. This is a conspiracy. Then I guess they gave their own video. Finally, they put it out after this was put out, and it was just as bad, in my opinion. This is sick shit. Everybody, bring on the videos. The truth must be shown. This whole thing is just really, really awful. The telephone exchange, there was a telephone exchange with the patrol guy, bragging, I beat the ever living fuck out of him. It's like, oh my God. This was carried on for just about 2 years. People knew this was a cover up at the highest levels. It had to be. It had to be. How about their wives? I bet they know. How about their drinking buddies? I bet they know. How about other people at the station? I bet they know. This is a cover-up of, it's unbelievable. But, it's believable. I'm not going to go into all the pain and anguish of what this family has gone through, but this was a cover-up. Very, very on a wide level. So we need to know about this and keep an eye on it. If there's one, there must be dozens. And it makes me think that every interaction, every one of these police needs to be looked into, because they had a cover-up for almost 2 years. And if they had one, I'm sorry. This does not happen no. This is what they do. T. Rogers, hey, I used to live in Baltimore. Cool. I went to Morgan State for 2 years. Awesome. Well, I'm going to say goodnight to everybody. If you feel like, I thank you so, so much for being here tonight. And I'll be back next Wednesday. And if you feel like I do, that it is way past time for white America to take racial responsibility, please consider subscribing. Please consider taking the time. And I know it's asking a lot because we're busy. If you see a video you like of mine, send it to somebody that needs to see it. Put it on, stick it on your page. You never know who's looking. I'm not on Facebook anymore. I don't have a personal account, so I can't really do that. But I sure appreciate the support. Spread the word. And remember, I have videos that are really, really nice, and I have ones that are like ranting like crazy, whatever. But if you want to support what I'm doing, trying to educate white America, one person at a time, please consider supporting me by joining my YouTube channel and coming to the shows and just telling me what you think. So thank you so, so much for being here tonight, to everybody. If you want to get in touch with me, at the very top of this stream is how you can personal message me. Please stay safe and have a great night. And carried back, thank you so much. Please PM me, call me. I'll give you my home number. Just get a hold of me. I talk to people all the time. So sweet dreams. And thank you so much for being here. You guys are amazing. Stay safe. This is going to be getting crazier, at least for the short term. Right. Good night, everybody. Thanks. Sweet dreams.